first off like to apologise for the fact that this video is very, very late. Basically, I've been going through a lot. I've had a very big week, I guess, a very dramatic week. And also this video is one that I wanted to make when I was sure of what I wanted to say, and I wanted to put it across in a very particular way, I guess. So, as Becky mentioned in her last video, growing up sucks and adulthood sucks, and basically everything about it sucks. She also mentioned the fact that two things have happened in our lives recently. One, we ended up being Slytherins, and the second, Becky said, and I'm very proud of her saying, and I know she's proud of me too, I came out last week officially as being bisexual, which feels amazing. I've never felt more true to myself, I've never felt more like myself. I'm very happy with who I am, and I feel happy now I've accepted it, and my friends have accepted it, and everyone has been very supportive and very amazing, and I would just like to say amazing thank you to all of my friends who came to my coming out party, which involved a lot of glitter, which was very appropriate. But yeah, my sexuality is something that I've suppressed for a very, very long time. It's something that I remember thinking when I was younger. I do want to make a video on sexuality, being gay, coming out, but I think that is a video for another time when I've actually thought about it and I know more of what I want to say. But that is a topic that I do want to address, and I'm sure Becky wants to address it too. Along the theme of coming out and being comfortable with yourself, I want to talk about, being true to who you are and accepting yourself. This doesn't just mean, accepting your sexuality or your chosen gender, pronouns, anything. That is all very important to accept, to be yourself, but also I think it's very important to address that there are certain ways of accepting yourself wherein they may not be the way that you want to accept yourself. I think one of the main things is if you need help with your mental health. Accepting that maybe you are sad a lot or you get anxiety. These are things that you need to accept about yourself and go and get help for yourself so that you can be happy with who you are, because these are not bad things. One of the things I was diagnosed with in the summer was I have an anxiety disorder, and when I got diagnosed, I actually felt really, really good about it because I was able to understand myself in a way that I'd never been able to before, and there were certain things that I thought were personality traits which are actually signs of suffering with an anxiety disorder. And because I accepted this about myself, I was able to get the help that I needed, to do what I needed to be able to deal with my anxiety in a healthy way. And that was a part of accepting something that's a part of me that I can't change or that I can choose to make better. And I think that is a very important step in accepting who you are. Another thing that Becky talks about that I want to address in her video is about toxic people in your life. One of the things that I talk about on my blog quite a bit, which I will link below if any of you are interested in reading, I do cover things such as sexuality and feminism and certain things that I want to improve in my life that may be relevant to you. If you want to check that out, you're more than welcome to. One of the big things that I've learned growing up is to recognize when you are in a toxic relationship. And relationship doesn't just mean with a partner, it can also be with like a friend, family member, anything. The hardest part of recognizing that you're in a toxic relationship is then addressing it, accepting it, getting the hell out of it. And sometimes it's very hard to do, but sometimes it is the best thing long term that you need to do. And sometimes people don't even mean necessarily to be toxic. A toxic relationship, in my view, one of the common ones is friends who rely on you far too much, who put far too much emotional pressure on you, who put far too much emotional reliability onto you. And let me get this straight. You are your own number one priority. That is not being selfish. Putting yourself before others is not necessarily a bad thing, and don't let anyone make you feel like it is, because your mental health, your emotional stability, anything that is always the most important thing for you. That should always be your priority. Never put yourself below a friend's needs. It is okay to say to a friend that you have your own problems and that they need to find a healthy way to deal with what they're going through. Of course, you can be there for your friends, support them, let them know that you're there. If they want to talk, listen to them. But there is always a line with friendships, and I think sometimes that gets so blurred. And it doesn't make them a bad person, it doesn't make them a bad friend, but sometimes you need to take that step back because there is only so much that you can ever do, and that is okay. I'm going to wrap up here because I feel like I've been talking for a very long time. But yeah, I do really want to make a video on sexuality, coming out, because it's amazing. I feel amazing. But yeah, I'll see you guys later this week when Becky uploads her video on Tuesday. I will upload on Thursday as normal, and yeah, I'm sorry this is so late, but there were topics in this video that when I talked about them, I wanted to know what I actually wanted to say and put that across to you guys in the best form possible for me, thinking out loud. I hope you guys had a great weekend, and I'll see you later this week.